Hey everyone, we're back and we are working on centering. So we went out on the golf course after our last lesson and we could see that, we were spraying the ball a little bit.
Yes.
And we had some comments. Many of you noticed how Savannah was getting out of center during the swing. So good on you for checking that out. So what we're working on right now is feet together and one leg.
Yep.
And you're doing them both extremely well. So show me a couple of feet together practice swings. And when we're doing it with the 3-wood, the club is in the center and the ball's forward of that. So notice how her knees are staying together. The feet are not rolling to the outside. So you notice the knees stay on top of the feet. And you can see how the butt counterbalances the club in each direction. No, you're fine. So now, let's see a couple of those shots. You're going to hit them at, let's say, 150 yards. Good. Now, yes, her grip is strong. She needs that strength because that's her dominant hand is that lead hand, and we're hammering with that lead hand. Right now, she's not overdrawing the ball, and she can actually hit a nice fade with that grip. So we don't touch it. Awesome. So now, let's do one more of those. Club in the center, ball forward. Excellent. There it is. So now, what we're basically doing with this is a revolving compression, like a revolving door. So, yeah. So if I'm on one side of the door here, Savy, I'm going this way, and you're pushing on that side of the door, right? So if I'm pushing this way, the door moves away from you. So if we push together, and we can get that door to go pretty good. So the club head is on one side of the door, and imagine the ball is right up against the frame of the door. So we're using a nice returning compression to squeeze the ball through that door frame, right? So now let's go on one leg. So what's really cool is that after doing feet together, I asked Savy to go on one leg. She's never done that drill before, right? I mean, since you were very, very little. Yeah. And you took right to it. Now, notice the ball position should be a little bit more inside, a little more. So if you squeeze through there, do you feel like you're going to be able to stay in balance? Yeah. Do a backswing and stop. Good. So is the weight going forward on your foot, or is it staying inside the arch?
Inside the arch.
Good. Do that one more time. Notice how that foot is turned a little bit in so that left hip can come in behind the right hip. Yeah. Play the ball just a smidge more inside. There we go. Let's see you hit a couple of shots. Good. Nice start. Now you notice you were able to keep your balance? Yeah. So if you play the ball way too far forward now, move your foot more this way. Yeah, more. So do you feel now when you swing through there, aren't you going to lose your balance? Do you feel like you're going to go too much outside your right foot? Yeah. Good. So where do you put the ball position? Inside? Good. Excellent. So you find it surprising how far you can actually hit the ball with that? So just like feet together, when you drop your left foot back, yeah, it pulls your center of gravity back here, so you're going to have to get a little closer to the ball. Right. Good. So now, when you swing through the ball, you should feel like you can hold your position at the back of that lead arch on the inside of that arch. Yeah. Feel that? Good. Squeeze through. Okay. Yeah, that was pasted.
That's like the length that I hit normally.
Exactly. So when you do that, when you do this drill well, you'll actually feel like you can hit it every bit as far as you normally do. And when you do the feet together drill very well, you'll hit it at least 80% of your distance.
Yeah.
But you'll notice your spray angle is going to be so much tighter. Why? Because when your feet are together, your center can't move.
Yeah.
If it moves forward, you fall down. If you go sideways, you fall down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's do 2 more feet together. Do a backswing feet together. Good. Notice how that leg here, the way it moved, didn't it move exactly the same way as the one leg drill?
Yeah.
So for those of you struggling with the one leg drill and you tend to do this in the backswing and you allow that trail leg to load up too much, go feet together, and you notice when you do it well, since you do it well, Sav, I'll let you demonstrate. Backswing. Now notice her knees stay on top of her feet. Notice how her tush is moving toward the target. You see the rotation from the hip through the femur through the knee. Notice the hips are moving this way. So that's counterbalancing her arms going into the backswing. So gather and compress through. Okay. Now, do you feel the ball was a little too far forward?
Yeah.
Okay. That's not bad. Gather and squeeze through. Good. Still going.
Good control.
So you're hitting that like 180, 190 yards, feet together. Now go feet apart. One leg. Okay. Smoking. That's still going.
That's literally how I hit it normally.
Yeah, that was like 220 on the fly.
Yeah.
Okay. So, when you go feet apart now, and this is where many of you are struggling to put, say, man, I'm hitting the ball so well one leg. You remember how we talked about we're using the trail leg to hold you against the forward leg. But we need to close that up a bit. So we're going to do a little hybrid between the one leg drill and the regular stance, because you have a tendency to have your stance too open.
Yeah.
So if your right leg's too far back, then how are you going to get to brace against it? So bring your right leg a little more forward. More. Yeah. So doesn't that feel like a little hybrid of a one-leg drill?
Yeah.
Okay? So we're using the left leg to hold yourself against the inside of the right leg. Does that feel like you can really compress it?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Awesome. So this diagonal stance that you're using is very much the way Ben Hogan used to do it with the longer clubs. He used to be a little open with the wedges,
Yeah.
and it would help him clear a little bit better, but with the longer clubs, as the arms get further away from the body,
Yeah.
there's more outward pull.
Right.
And because of this outward pull, you drop that back, now your center of gravity's back here, it really helps counteract that forward pull.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man, look at that.
It feels better like that.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
So
It's
do
easier.
you feel like you've got that, you notice, and when that foot's forward, do you feel like your head can stay back better?
Yeah.
All right. So that's why that head was kind of sneaking forward on you all the time, because,
Is that why sometimes I lose my balance?
yeah, well, it could also be when you're going after the ball, but that was one of the reasons, yeah, because it was kind of short-circuiting your kinetic chain.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. So now, get it set up on one leg. Do you feel you're a little far? Feel the difference?
Yeah.
Now put your left leg back on the ground where it feels comfortable. Good. You feel now you're going to be able to squeeze through? Go for it. How did that feel?
Good.
Did you feel more behind it?
Yeah.
Okay. Play that. Don't play the ball too far forward. Good. Do Do you feel how that leg a little more forward is holding you back?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
All right.
That one I just tried too hard.
Yeah, now, one of the other things too that you'll notice from the previous lesson is that when your stance is a little open, your hips kind of get a little stuck. Yeah, exactly. But when that foot's back, do you feel like there's a better ease of, it's much easier to clear them in the backswing, right? Do you feel it's easier to turn now in the backswing?
Yeah.
All right. So show me two more one-leggers. Watch your ball position. Now, when you go back and see this video with everybody else, compare what you just saw on one leg to the previous swing on two legs, and you'll notice that your lead leg is more centered, more together. Do that again. Wow. Crushed it. And you feel how bolted you are on that front leg?
Yeah.
So play that ball just a little more back in the stance on one leg. Okay, good. Do you feel now you have to get more behind it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we want this side here more behind it. Do you feel that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good. Do that again. More behind it. Yes. Did that even feel easier to turn in the backswing?
Yeah.
There we go. Man, that was close to being just lambasted. Oh, yeah. Look how far you hit that.
Yeah.
Just landed. Holy smokes. Okay?
Yeah.
So we go from feet together for a few swings
Yeah.
to one leg for a few swings and to a little hybrid of a one leg swing. So you start off one leg,
Yeah.
then put your other foot down wherever it feels comfortable. It'll still feel a little bit more behind. So as I'm swinging towards you right now, you'll really feel like that lead leg here prevents the head from moving forward. But if your foot's over here, you're trying to brace on that. See how it just pulls my head forward?
Yeah.
Okay? So, interesting to see how this develops. Enjoy.